Hello, thank you for joining me. The alarms around have been going off, but the nearest ones seem to have calmed down now. I think the electricity must have had a little on-off session and then on-off again, because one or two stopped and then started. We'll see how it goes. I want to talk a little bit about betrayal. Betrayal can take many forms, and it can begin in childhood when, it's like children, shh, can I tell you a secret? And it might be something they've seen or heard. Don't tell anyone, it's a big secret. Then lo and behold, 5 minutes later, all of your friends are saying, hey, what happened there? Trust? What trust? But that betrayal, if that happens when you're in your teens or an adult, then that betrayal goes a lot more deeply for you. Your trust has been broken, and trust, it can take a time to establish trusting in someone. I always find that these days I do take a while to allow people to be trusted by me. I don't give them any tests or anything, it's just how I feel about them. And there have been one or two times when it's been betrayed. And it can be difficult in counselling that you have to set down your boundaries very quickly, that if you are told of a child who is in danger, then you are duty bound to report the matter to either social services or the police. So that puts the ball back into the client's court, and it's their choice whether they decide to tell you specific things or not. But there have been cases, certainly, where I knew that a child was at risk and did contact social services to be told it was Friday afternoon, so it would have to wait till Monday. Not what you wanted to hear. Certainly not what I wanted to hear, and I made sure that they were aware of that, and that a child at risk wasn't going to wait until Monday morning. So there's betrayals in those forms, but I suppose that the biggest betrayal around is if you are married, in a relationship, partnership, living with someone, maybe sharing a home with someone and children, and you get wind by hook or by crook that they are having an affair. And maybe you tackle them about it, having been watching for a little while. Depends on the person. Some of us would be right out with it, what's going on, and others would be more wary, checking things. But whatever way you choose, it is a deep feeling of betrayal, because you have put trust in that person, you have given time, you've shared experiences, you share a home, maybe you share children. There's a lot of betrayal going on there. And that really can traumatize someone. Some people bounce back after such a thing. Maybe they weren't as committed in the relationship as others. And there are those for whom such betrayal, I have to say especially after a long marriage and a lot of experiences, time shared, that the betrayal cuts deeply. And it's very much, right, these people go with one partner, these people go with another. And that just happens without any divvying up when it comes to things like CD players, whatever. This just happens. Obviously, families usually go with the person for whom the partner was part of that family. And if you come from a small family, maybe a family who you've lost parents and you have very few relations, no siblings, and your partner had a large family, then chances are that you're losing not only your partner, but the rest of the family, because they will be, in most cases, not always though, they will be siding with their family member. And it does cause trauma. And that trauma doesn't just magically go away, though there are people to whom I've spoken and they said, well, you know, if we separate, then we've said that we'll both find someone straight away. Life doesn't pan out like that. And very often it's sod's law that other things jump in when you're low. Work gets on top of you. Maybe you've got an aged parent who you're trying to look after, and suddenly the plates in the air all become far too much and the trauma takes over. It's something that happens a lot, the betrayal part. And maybe I was just a wuss, and because I was badly affected. Maybe others take it on the chin or just don't show it. But we're all individual people. We cope with things in the best way that we can at that moment in time. Especially if it's suddenly sprung on you and the other partner has known what was happening for a long time. And it's only with hindsight that you might think, that's what that was about. That doesn't help, because that will be something to beat yourself up with. Well, why didn't I question it? Why didn't I realise that was what was going on? But we don't, because we trust. But once that trust is broken, mending it can be difficult, or building trust for another relationship, another friendship, whatever, because of the trauma it's caused, because of the deep hurt that can linger and linger. It's each to their own. I hope it's not something that you have or will ever experience. I hope that you feel trusted and that you trust others as well, and that trust isn't broken for you. So, on that note, with the sirens still going, I shall say thank you for joining me, and I will get on with the rest of my evening. Thank you for joining me. And these will very soon be in full open flower. They look as if they should have a scent, but sadly they don't. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.